Okay, we're going live. Lots of y'all are going to see that thumbnail and think that it's not really Sunday because of the backdrop, but it really is. I put the date there. Nobody's here yet. We're doing this a little early. Hope people aren't going to get confused by the backdrop. Okay, maybe I should have warned y'all that it was going to be different. But I wanted a shock value. Oh, good. Somebody's here. Somebody's here. Somebody found us. Oh, y'all are finding me. You're at the right place. Don't be alarmed. I wanted the shock value, though. That's why I didn't warn y'all. Okay, hold on. I had to start the Facebook Live, too. So just give me a second. I see I have my coffee today and my slippers. Okay. So we're going to go here. Where am I going? I'm going. Facebook has changed its screens and it confuses the daylights out of me when I look at it. Okay. Let's see. Create post. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, no, that's not right. We've got a few minutes. We're just waiting on people. I'm going to start the Facebook Live in just a minute, and I'll explain why it looks different today. Okay. I wonder if I should. No, that's not okay. Having thoughts. Okay, it's fine. All right. This one. I can't. Okay. Hi, everybody. Keep coming in. Oh, I'm just getting Facebook set up too. What do I do? Oh, I know. That's better. Sorry, y'all are seeing the behind the scenes. Oh, I just took a. What did I just do? Oh, good. Everybody's coming in. Can y'all hear me? Give me another thumbs up. Somebody give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, give me another thumbs up. Oh, no, y'all. What did I just do? My phone just completely cut out. Of course it did. Oh, I know. I'll tell y'all later what just happened. That's hysterical. Okay. Oh, good. I got another thumbs up. That's one of the ways that we could do it. I had a thought about that. Somebody asked last week, is there a way we can tell you if the sound is off? But when I'm on the stage, I can't necessarily see that. I think I can see the thumbs up. I can't see anything else, but I think I can see the thumbs up. So I could ask for that sign. Hold on, y'all, because I just turned my phone off. And what is happening? So now YouTube's working and I can't get Facebook working. Okay, no, this is good. Talk amongst yourselves. I know it looks different, everybody. I'm going to explain. Not to worry. I was telling everybody that was here first that I didn't warn y'all on purpose because I wanted there to be some shock value. What is going on? Sorry. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. That's not what I'm going to do. Here we go. A few minutes. Everybody's coming in. Good morning. I'll explain in a minute. Oh, wow. It saved it. Cool. All right. Let's see if it really did save it. Or if I'm going to have to do it again. Ah! I think it did save it. I thought I was getting clever, y'all, but it didn't work. So, okay. So we're going to start live video over here. We're live on YouTube. Facebook is coming up. So I'm going to try, because y'all are at different levels. Hey, Facebook. Okay. Y'all are at different levels. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And I'm getting a little warm, y'all. Forgive me. Okay. All right. So we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and y'all are at completely different spots. So I'm going to do my best. We're still giving it a few minutes. I'm going to explain why things look different. Don't be alarmed here. Oh, that's better in YouTube. And YouTube can hear me. YouTube can hear me. Hopefully Facebook can hear me. Look, I have coffee today. All right, let's see. Oh, good. Everybody's coming in. Did y'all get confused? I know you can't answer me yet. Did y'all get confused when you saw the thumbnail and thought that can't be right? That's why I put the date, because I didn't want y'all to be confused when you saw that I was not on the stage. All right, people are coming in. We got a minute or two. Coming in. Everybody's coming in. Good morning. Good morning. I have to tell y'all, the tech was much easier this morning than normal. I mean, there's still steps, but not the same amount of steps. I'm going to explain really soon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Comments will appear here. Okay. All right. People are coming in. Just taking some breaths. I invite you to take some breaths with me while we wait. You guys might be up and about, getting your coffee ready. Maybe you set this up. I would love to know what y'all do for this. Like if you set it up and then you walk away and go pour coffee and then come back. Anyway, we probably will never get a chance to talk about that individually, but I'm imagining everybody doing that. And I'm so excited to tell you that I'm wearing my slippers today. Like y'all, this is my first Sunday in slippers since, I think, January. I think that's right. I think this is my first Sunday in slippers at this time of day. Everybody's coming in. Welcome. While we're coming in, I will just share with you guys that today is a very special day for someone who is very special to our community. Our admin, Rosella, she said it, so I'm going to tell you. It means that I can feel free to tell you that she is officially 40. So join me in sending her love. I know. This next chapter for her is going to be amazing. She deserves it. She's very special to us. She does a whole lot behind the scenes to make sure that this happens. So thank you. We are grateful for you. Hopefully you're listening. And if not, I will instruct you to listen later. Okay. So are we at 10:01? We're still waiting for people to come in. So before I explain anything, before I explain why things look so darn different today, let's just take some breaths together as people are still joining us. Let's just take some breaths together. So just wherever you are, I invite you to relax as we take a breath together in through our nose and out. We are simply inviting in the fullness of this moment. Allowing all things to be exactly as they are. Nothing to do, nothing to fix or become. In this moment, we are perfect. Life is perfect, just as it is. Inviting in truth and love and wisdom. They are here now expressing themselves in all that we think, all that we say, all that we do. We are open toward our own soul's knowing, our own guidance. We are here fully. We are guided. Let's begin. And as you are ready, can open your eyes. Okay, I see. See, I'm so close up that I see your comments. So I'm hopeful that you can hear me on Facebook because it looked like maybe somebody, yep, good, thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so welcome to my dining room, everybody. Do you love it? So let me explain why you are seeing me in my dining room today. Yesterday, as I was working on what I was going to talk with you about, I had the knowing, the inspiration that it was purposeful that I do this live from home. And most of us watching are here in Wisconsin. And so you may or may not follow what's going on. I know that at times I have not followed it at all, but I was guided to follow it this week. Our local health officials have issued a public health emergency. And I'm not going to go into lots of details, but for those of you who don't know, what has happened is they are expecting, if things continue as they are very soon, for our hospitals to be overworked and full. And even beyond that, the reason why they feel this is spreading so quickly is because the contact tracers, there's so many positives that the contact tracers are having a hard time getting with the people who have a positive and saying, who have you been in contact with, and then calling those people. So there's a big delay in calling the close contacts, and therefore it's we've got lots of community spread happening. And so what they have asked of us is for us to change. And in the beginning of all of this, we were told that we were going to change. You know, our governor issued an order and everybody went home. And that is not going to happen this time. And perhaps it'll happen, you know, in the future, but I don't think that we should wait for it, because now is the moment where we go inward and we say, how can we be truly helpful in this moment? And I want to say that, you know, so things like our Bill of Rights in this country, we come up with policies to protect the few, to protect the minority, because the recognition is that if you are in a minority of any kind, then there is a majority who can kind of overrule you, right? And so the reality is, with this virus, statistically speaking, the majority are not going to be hospitalized. The majority are not going to have, you know, life-threatening components. And it is up to those of us in the majority to look out for the numbers, the minority of people who will be affected by this incredibly. And I don't want to downplay the numbers. I recognize that the minority is still a very, very large number. But so I think in this moment, you know, one thing that's purposeful is we can step away from our anxiety about what this means for us personally and what this means for our family personally, and say, how can I show up? How can I be truly helpful in this moment? And so I decided to do the live from here because I want to invite even myself, you guys, even myself, to make some changes. Because yesterday I didn't know that they had issued this health emergency, not yesterday, but the day before, and I did not know. And so you're going to hear me talk about this. Yesterday we went, you know, to Kai's flag football and participated. Some of us a lot. You'll hear about it in a minute. And you know, I didn't know that they had issued this. And so I recognize that right now, I think we're all kind of looking around at each other and going, should we change? Are you going to change? I don't know. Are you going to change things? Are you going to stop? Are you going to go home? And it's tough. It's tough to make that choice. So I am doing this very, very radical thing, doing this live from my dining room as an invitation for all of us to go within and look and see what ways we should show up right now during this time, what ways we can lend the very deep consciousness that is our community. Okay, enough about that. Now you're in my living room or my dining room, and listen, I have my slippers on, I have my coffee, just like y'all. I mean, I hate to tell y'all, but this might be the new norm. I'm just teasing. It's going to be hard to go back now. This was really easy. I had a very, very easy commute this morning. Okay. So yesterday, this is what I want to tell you. I'm talking about two different things today, but I want to touch on what happened yesterday. Well, first I'll back up. So what was yesterday? Saturday. I'm going to back up to Friday. Friday was, I had one of those heavy days. I felt heavy. I was having a hard time finding and getting in touch with any kind of excitement or inspiration for much of anything. It was kind of a, it's the doldrums is what it felt like. And I didn't fight against it. It was what it was. I was having the doldrums and I allowed it to be what it was. And then yesterday rolled around. Another day came, and Kai had his flag football, right? So, and it was pictures, and it was in the morning, and so I took him in the morning to the flag football, and it was raining and cold, and he had a bunch of stuff, and so I wanted to make sure that we carried all the things that he'd need. So I brought my big old pocketbook. That's Southern for purse. I brought my big purse, and it was stuffed with like his stuff and my stuff, because you got to walk down the field, and then I've got my tailgate chair and all that. And so we go over, and he lines up for his pictures, and his head coach, what's happened because of the virus, they went from, it's a flag football. They've made all these adjustments to try to keep the kids at a distance from one another. And one of the ways that they've done that is they've split the teams. So it's just 5-on-5. So instead of a full field, they play with, essentially every team is broken into two, and there's 2 games that go on. So what that means is there needs to be 2 coaches. There needs to be a head coach and an assistant coach. And the assistant coach was gone. And so the head coach walks up. I'm standing there. And he walks up to this dad that is standing near me. This dad and this mom are standing there together under their umbrella. And he says, we need an assistant coach today. Could you do it? And I'm seeing him explain it's not a big deal. And I'm watching this dad, and he looks like a deer in headlights, and he gives no buying signals. When somebody's trying to convince you and you like give them a nod because you're like, I understand what you're saying. There was none of that going on. And I could feel it. And I had known that they might not have an assistant coach. And Keith wanted me to do it. And here's the thing, you guys. I think I've told you this. I don't know if I have or not. But the thing that my dad and I had was football. He taught me football very early on. And so we watched it. I know it. I know football. So, Keith said, I want you to do it, right? But I had signed up for the concession stand to volunteer yesterday, right? Anyway, so this guy's standing there. And so I interjected. I could feel, I said, well, if he doesn't want to do it, I'll do it. And they all look over at me with my big old pocketbook. The only woman there, the only woman on all the fields with a purse, they look at me and go, and the head coach goes, well, if you want to. I mean, it was very like tentative. And I said, well, it's okay if he wants to do it, but if he doesn't, then I'll do it. I do know football. And the wife chimes in and she goes, well, if you know football, you should definitely do it. And the guy and the husband now is shaking his head. And so I said, okay. So now, here I am with my big purse, right? And I'm wearing my little cowboy boots. Y'all, come on, you know me. Anyway, so I didn't have earrings on. That was good. And so I like run back to the van and like unload all of the, like my purse and all that stuff and like throw it in there. And I recognized like the reason when Keith said, hey, you should do it. I told him, I said, well, I would do it, but I want to make sure that they like have a playbook to give me, because I don't want to reinforce the stereotype, like go out there and try to like, bash through gender stereotypes and then get out there and look like a complete mess. Like I don't know football at all. But obviously a lot of it is in a playbook, right? Because these kids haven't been practicing together because so many changes have been made. So, and of course, just what I fear happens is I'm walking down with the coach and I say, is there a playbook? And he goes, no. It's just, do short passes as much as you can. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Because these people, y'all, they are for reals. Like they sit out there and they're in their tailgate chairs. Like they brought their whole family. And they're like, they have a scoreboard. Like I mean, this is a for real thing. Y'all know this. Like Wisconsin does football. That's what y'all do. And cheese and dairy. Okay. So in any case, I knew that this was for real. And he says exactly what I'm worried about, which is that they don't have a playbook and there's no plan. And we go down there and I'm thinking, okay. And so guess what I did, guys? I did the prayer that I do with you guys where I say, and this is what I do every time before I begin a Sunday. And I say, I am here to be truly helpful. I am here as the love that sent me. I do not need to worry about what to say or what to do, for I am guided. And I take a breath, and I said that right before. And so we go down to practice, and I'm telling you, it was anyway. I won't go through all of it, although I want to because I loved it so much. I had the best time. I mean, so much fun, you guys. I cannot tell you. I honestly don't remember the last time I stood out in the rain. Like, I don't remember. And I was in the rain, like in the cold, like I was so proud of me. Like, honestly, it is like opposite, except I do love football. So I got into it. I was running up and down the field with them and I had the very best time. And what happened there, and as I was reflecting, I realized, okay, what's the difference? Because remember, I was telling you on Friday, I was in the doldrums and things felt really heavy and I wasn't feeling like that. And then fast forward to Saturday and here I was in this new place. So what changed? You know, what changed about that? And that leads me to what I want to talk to you about today, which is, you know, two things, which is the kingdom of heaven, which, you know, in before you get nervous, this is not a fundamental talk. I just want to point to us and recognize that in Unity, we recognize that there are many way showers that have been here, people who have woken up and transformed to the truth of who they are. And there's nothing special about them. We are equally able to wake up to our true nature. And as they've done that, so Jesus, I want to quote a verse, and there's, you know, different interpretations of this verse, but it says, the kingdom of heaven shall not come by expectation. It is here and men do not see it. And what I recognize is that Friday, right? So the kingdom of heaven, this is saying that thing, that place of beauty and wonder and joy, right? Those are the things that I equate with this notion of heaven. That place isn't a place. It is a way of seeing. It is a way of perceiving what already is. And in this, that is what he is saying. He's saying, look, don't wait for it. Don't expect it. It's here. It's here already and we don't see it. So on Friday, when I was feeling down and in the doldrums, it wasn't because joy and beauty and the kingdom wasn't here. It was. I was not seeing it. And Saturday, I was. I mean, y'all, I had so much fun. I had so much fun. And so what I want to say to us is two things. So we recognize, I find so much comfort in that, right? Comfort in understanding and knowing that the kingdom, the joy, wisdom, whatever, it's all here, right now, all the time. I love that. Even when I'm in this space that I was on Friday where I feel heavy and in the doldrums and I can't see it, that is my hope. My hope, I find my hope in understanding and in knowing that in any moment, with a change in perception, with seeing things differently, I can experience my life differently. And listen, that moment of heaviness can be years long, right? We're either awake to this way of looking that perceives all the beauty, all the joy, or we're not. And that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. That's the journey, is figuring that out. And so so what does that lead us to? Waking up to our essential nature, right? To our Christ nature. That's what we say in Unity. And to wake up, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. So the story of Jesus, and this is right, we're going to just a little review. So, the point, so God, whatever word you use to describe that, cannot be touched with our intellect. We cannot think it. It is too large, right? It is beyond thought. It is trans-rational, right? And we can experience it, right? So we can experience that essence, that thing. And so what we want to recognize is that it is not, the point is not to debate what religion has the truth, right? That is not the point. If we are doing that, we are missing the point of what religion is actually meant to do, which is to bring us to the awareness of who we truly are. And unfortunately, that's not what happens, because what we do is focus on what divides us. So we don't get lost in which way shower is showing us. But in today, I'm talking about, the way shower, Jesus, right? So the story of Jesus is a story of going through the pain of change and transformation, right? To wake up to our essential nature. That's what happened. That's what he did. All he did was let go of this idea that who he appeared to be, his small self, the Jesus, lowercase j, right? So Lydia would be my small self. And while there is purpose to this gal Lydia, that is not the totality of me. In fact, the totality of me cannot be described, and it doesn't name, but that place is my Christ nature, right? And so the journey of my life is waking up to that essential nature. And here's what happens. Alan Watts, he's a Zen philosopher, and he tells this, he points us toward the eggshell surrounding the chick, right? So that shell is purposeful. It protects the chick, right? And it is meant to be broken so that the chick then comes out of the egg. And that is you and I. Early on, we felt fear. We began to not feel the connection to our essence, the connection to all that was. And so we began to build up all these coping strategies, these ways of protecting ourselves, this way of shelling ourselves off. And that is, through our defense, through our keeping people at bay. We developed these strategies. That is our shell, and it was purposeful, right? I talked about this last week. I developed a strategy that instead of being hurt emotionally, right, because of my father and what was happening for him, he withdrew, from my perspective, his love. And that was so painful to me emotionally that I closed myself off so that I would not experience the pain, that emotional pain. That was my shell, and it was purposeful because it did protect me. And at some point, all of us, all these coping strategies, the shell is no longer helping us. It is, in fact, keeping us in prison, and it is meant to be broken, right? So the story of Jesus is a story of pain and change and transformation and waking up to the truth of who he was. And, it means that transformation means that you're going to be persecuted, that your family's not going to understand you, that the small group you've had isn't going to understand you, that everybody is going to think you've gone nuts. Like, this is the kind of thing that happens. It's messy. Growth is messy because you're changing the status quo. I want to tell you what Pete Holmes, the comedian, says, and I love this, right? So he says that, waking up to your essential nature is you being saved from your basic, boring, limiting, mundane existence. Same story at every party, same vacation every year, same restaurant every birthday, same river of self-loathing, and waking up to who you really are. Can you feel that? Right? That's it. You're being saved from your basic, boring, mundane existence. That is what a life half lived is. And that is what we are doing until we begin to commit to waking up to our true nature. And that is why we are depressed. And that is why we are anxious. And that is why we feel unhappy and bored, because it isn't the life we were meant to lead. We were meant to wake up to this essential nature. We were meant to transform and let go of our overactive and our critical, limiting thinking, right? Our neurotic thinking. We were meant to do that. We were meant to leave behind our cultural and our familial expectations, right? This is it. That's the journey. That's the growth. And it's purposeful. And anything less is a life half lived. And so how do we do it, guys? We know this is the advanced class, everybody, right? How do we do it? How do we wake up to this essential nature? Well, first of all, do we have to? Nope. Guess what? You don't need to be saved. Nobody else does either. It's a choice. We get to have the fullness of life, life in its fullness, as Jesus would say, or not. It's our choice. We don't have to. But I know for me, I just wasn't happy anymore with a half-lived life, right? It felt off, and our soul knew it. Our soul's calling us to it, right? And that's why anything less isn't okay with us, right? So do we have to do it? No, you don't have to be saved. Nobody does. There's nobody to save. Your life is purposeful just as it is, and every step along the way is purposeful just as it is. The parts where your anxious part, the anxious season of your life, totally purposeful. The part where you lost the faith that you had in your youth, that was purposeful. The part where you had absolutely no belief in anything other than just what you can see with your senses, right? That part's purposeful too. There's no part that isn't, and your journey is its own. Your journey is an authentic one, right? And this leads us to today's daily word, right? So this is the daily word for today, guys. It's fearless, and I want to read it to you. So I am fearless as I live authentically. In the past, I may have hidden my inner light, afraid to be myself. I may have tried to please others by conforming to someone else's idea of who I should be. I may have shrunk from an aspiration, fearing that I would fail in pursuit of my goal. I may have doubted the divine perfection at the core of my spiritual self, identifying with my perceived flaws and feeling small and inadequate. Today, I make a new choice. I choose to live fearlessly, drawing upon my faith to believe in myself, my imagination to envision my life. I closed my eyes and I lost it. Okay, I'm going to read it again. Today I make a new choice. I choose to live fearlessly, drawing upon my faith to believe in myself, my imagination to envision my best life, and my understanding to know my divinity. Bold and brave, I am fearless as I live my life authentically, pursue my dreams, and express my divine nature. And the verse is Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and bold, have no fear or dread, because it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not fail or forsake you. Everybody, are we talking about a God outside of us? No, we are talking about a God that we cannot describe, but that we can experience because we are one with, and we meet that God at our Christ nature. And how do we get to our Christ nature? Through a choice to live authentically. I wrote this down. Being authentic means being unscripted, uncrafted, unedited. It means being willing to show up on the football field and saying, yes, I'll coach without a playbook. I'll play without a playbook, because the only playbook I need is my presence. The only playbook I need is my presence. And that's where joy is. The joy came, the kingdom came, right? I saw it, I perceived it on Saturday because I showed up and I opened myself to it. I opened myself to just being present. So I want to give you guys this that came to me. So what do they say when what does the quarterback say? He says down, set, hike, right? And passes the ball. And what I recognize is that, and Pete Holmes does this analogy that, it's like we all get lost. And if Jesus was playing football, right? It's like he got the ball all the way in the end zone. He received it at the kickoff and he ran it all the way to the 50, and then he passed it to us. The point, and then instead of us taking the ball and running with it and making it our story, how do we wake up, right? Instead of doing that, we put the ball down and we turn around and we clap and we say, hey, look what that dude did. Look how great that was. That is missing the point. The point is not what happened then. The point is not about how he transformed then. It is about how we transform now. It is about how we take the ball, because it is our ball. Every day that you wake up, it's your ball. It's your ball to take and run. It's your ball to set down and wait. And guess what? Life isn't pass or fail. You'll get the ball again. You'll get another hike. But here's what I equate it with. So here it is. So down, this is all you need. Down equals I am here. Set equals I am guided. Hike equals let's begin. And then we do it. That's how we experience the kingdom. We don't leave. We don't go somewhere else. We don't float up to the sky. We have it right here on the field, because we said, I am here. We opened. We acknowledged that we are guided. There's nothing to fear, right? And then we said, let's do this, right? It's your ball. It's my ball. Do you love that? Football, everybody. Yes, you did. Okay, so I did our daily word. And I want to just remind us, everybody, that we're going to do a Zoom instead of doing our chat, via Facebook or YouTube. What we are doing is doing a Zoom so that our community can see each other. And I posted the link. It's the same link that we used last week. I posted that link in our members only. And if you're watching and you are not a member and you are interested in talking with someone about that, please, I promise you it is, there's no pressure sales. We recognize there's nobody to save, but if you are inspired to talk with somebody about it, one of our board members will call you. So just reach out to us. You can just message us. And what we are going to do, Unity of Appleton community, is we are going to have our Zoom together so that we can have our fellowship and see each other. Last week, it was so great. I loved it. And we're going to keep doing it. I think it's a great way for us to connect. And I have great news to tell you about something that, well, first we'll do our affirmation of giving and receiving. I just want us to recognize, you guys, I don't have my slides. I'm in my dining room. It is very hard to remember this. So the recognition right now is that we're going to take a minute, right? This is our moment of gratitude. So let's pause. And we're going to take a minute. This is it right here. We're going to experience the kingdom through tapping into the energy of our gratitude, right? So I invite you to bring to mind a person, a situation, a gesture, something for which you feel thankful. Now bring that to mind. Smile. Breathe. And in your mind say, thank you. Thank you. That's it. It's tapping in to the energy of gratitude. And one way to do it, and it's what I did Friday night, actually, is I was going to sleep. I decided that I was going to fall asleep being grateful. So I just kept going until I fell asleep. I just kept finding things to be grateful for. And as I told you, I was feeling heavy. So the things I felt grateful for, especially in the beginning, were very, very small things, like my kids brushed their teeth. It doesn't have to be large things. Start with just anything you can feel thankful for. I was able to sit up today. Whatever it is, start there and it grows. Those thoughts of gratitude draw to them other thoughts of gratitude. Okay, and I just want to say thank you so much for continuing to send in your gratitude offerings, your gratitude gifts. You guys are what's keeping us going, and we are thriving, and we are grateful. And you can, there's a link here where you can give, and any amount you can give, we are grateful for. So there's a link here. You can mail in checks, you can play with the do with the PayPal button. And thank you so much. So we'll do our affirmation of giving and receiving. And I'm going to skip to the second one because the first one has left me. But divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I joyfully give and willingly receive. I give in love and I trust God as my source. Okay, so we're going to do our, what are we going to do? We are going to do our prayer for protection, and then we are going to meet at 10:40. That will give us 6 minutes, maybe. Let's meet at 10:45. I'm going to start at 10:40, but we won't get started until 10:45. So that gives you time to go get coffee or whatever you need to do. That's 10 minutes from now. I will go live, or I'll go on Zoom starting at 10:40. So you can start joining me at 10:40, and we'll just plan to like really begin in earnest at 10:45. Okay, let's do our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Okay, so I will see you. You will see me in my dining room again at 10:45. Again, I'm going to join starting at 10:40. The Zoom link is in your email blast. It is also on members only. For those of you who aren't members yet, thank you so much for joining us. Our community is getting larger and larger, and we are so grateful that you are here. So reach out to us, even if you just want to say, hey, reach out to us. Okay, I'm finishing on Facebook. I'll see you guys in the Zoom. See you next time. See you later. See you later, alligator. Okay, I'm ending this, and I'll see you guys. 10:45 will begin in earnest. Okay, see you soon. See you soon.